I do with my glasses. Oh, so um, wow, this is my third video. Going on my third video of today. All right, but we in times of darkness, but we gotta, strive to make it better. So, because once we get through this, basically through this darkness, then it's gonna be just like how it always was and how it always used to be. So I have this. I got this little necklace on. It's got like my card holder. It's got all my store cards and discount savings cards and things of that sort. Got like my EBT and my bank on there, my ATM card and all that stuff. But but man, we get to delight in this message. So hopefully, if you are seeing this, then that can only that can only mean I'm not here to guess. There's many multi-dimensionalities of it, which we will all break down. Going into this video, however, I really wanted to talk about Pluto being in Scorpio more, because that way it would translate into dealing with the body. And so this is where, as you can see, I just did my thing, my movement, okay, if you will. Did my caloric movement. There's an interesting word, if I may, enlighten everyone intellectually, informationally, through sound. There's a word called inert. And also I have but first thing, all things in order. And inert means, let me look this up on through the portal known as Google DNA, right? So if I type in inert, it says lacking the ability or strength to move, lacking vigor, or my favorite one is chemically inactive. So if you are inert, like in inertia, dealing with matter, dealing with movement. So if you are inert, making you chemically inactive, there's got to be a reason to that. Everything is linked to your emotions, your heart health. Oh yeah, first let me see. Damn, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is O. My name is Oscar. My name is Oscar. You can call me the Grenier Earth Main. Say MPL. All right, say MPL. I gotta work on that. But what time is it? So yeah, so it's like it's all talking about like the number 4, number 5, things we're seeing, the signs and places and the times. So if we are in condition to be here right now, because we are all experiencing this Halloween time portal. Okay, so from September, beginning of September until whatever this is, whatever day we are on, it's still transforming. It's still going. I want to talk about some articles that I've seen, and on my right leg, I'm just like, wow. It says why rich kids are so good at the marshmallow test. It says affluence, not willpower. Like, so I don't know how many people are familiar with the marshmallow test. says the test is one of the most famous pieces of social. I never heard of this. The test is one of the most famous pieces of social science research. Put marshmallow in front of a child. Tell her that she can have one. She can have a second one if she can go 15 minutes without eating the first one. And then the parent leaves the room. All right. So this is a classic. It's so crazy because my last live stream, I'm here talking to y'all about beta magic tactics. Beta magic tactics. And next thing you know, trending on none other than the World Wide Web, if you will. Bam, shows up. Like, so it's pretty ridiculous. Like, so these are the things that spurs people to do things. It spurs minds, because you got to remember that they are all in on this. All right. So what kind of self-destructive perfectionist are you? Spurred perhaps by social media, more people are classified as perfectionists. What are the costs, and how can you break paralysis that's killing your productivity? All right. So we're talking about more beta magic, more binding, slow magic, more inert magic that gets you. Since perfectionism is on the rise in younger generations, according to a study published in the Psychological Bulletin. Researchers from the University of Bath and York University in UK measured three types: self-oriented, the irrational desire to be perfect; social, prescribed, perceiving excessive expectations from others; and other-oriented, placing unrealistic standards on others. And then it goes down to break them down in depth. Okay, but I just thought those two things were interesting, and also they're also talking about, this is so nuts, the 18th century, and there's a reason why they choose these titles, these headlines, everything. And a minute ago, I was reading about the 17th century in a comment or something like that, and I'm just like, well, they're trying to take me back to that realm, time, and reality, separate from other than my own. And here it is, another one. It's a different one on the screen. But it says the 18th century Quaker dwarf who challenged slavery, meat eating, and racism. And of course, they named him Benjamin Lay. This is not to be overlooked. I don't know if that's his real name. I don't know if it's really even the 18th century. Who knows? Who knows is it even really the 18th century? It could have been the 17th century, because depending on who this is, directed towards, depending on the demographic, then that's just, what it is. But anyway, capture, there's a photo in here. And it's not my photo. I didn't paint it. It says, one Sunday, 18 Quakers living in Pennsylvania near Philadelphia were met with a strange sight outside their morning meeting. Snow lay thick on the ground. There was Benjamin Lay, a member of the congregation, wearing little clothing, with his right leg and foot uncovered. His right leg and foot uncovered. I might be blessed. I might be blessed to talk about this. I gotta change my hairstyle up. All right, so the right leg, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, the right leg is just talking about straight up apps. It's talking about straight up apps. It's talking about apps. Applications like your Cash App. How many people know your Cash App handle? Do you know your Cash App handle? How many people know your Cash App handle? Stick around for the Cash App. Continuing on. It says, almost knee-deep in snow, when one Quaker after the next told him that we would get sick or that he should get inside and cover up, he turned and said, ah. He said, you pretend compassion from you, but you do not feel for the poor slaves in your fields who go all winter half clad. That's what's up. That is what's up. All right, well, anyway. Killed that. So back to this, my message, back to my main topic, a headline topic, top-notch topic. Right now for the hour is Black Satan's Onai watching. Warning, this could be scary. All right, I'm warning y'all, this could be scary, okay? Because I had a dream, I had a prophetic message for Herute, and it starts off like this. How am I gonna start off? It starts off like this. All right, now we gotta question whether or not these individuals, these species, these humans have been to the future yet. Traveled there far. Answer is, as we all know, answer is probably yes. Most likely, yeah, they've been to the future. So here's what I had to do, right? I had to go deep within myself and just look for some answers. And right around now is, I don't know if you ever seen Attack on Titan. It's the show, a TV animation called Attack on Titan. But if you have, if you even played the game, I know it's on PlayStation, it's on a couple of things. If you played the game, you know, like how sometimes like these random ass Titans, like these, 300, 400, 700 meter Titans, first 700 meter Titans, and the smaller ones. The smaller ones are like 200, some 100 meters tall, which is like 300 feet, I guess. Like, it's absurd, Just giant, just colossal Titans. Like, how do they just pop up and fucking appear out of nowhere? And then there's a metal Titan, and there's a colossal Titan, there's an armored Titan, and they just appear out of nowhere. And for some reason, I just see that same thing happening in Manhattan. You know what I mean? So in Manhattan, so it's like, where these choppers are flying around in the clouds, man. Like, I just see them just getting smacked around, just getting boosh, blam. You know what I mean? Just getting really just warped. So all I'm saying is that if this is with the battleground, just like you have battleground Los Angeles, which is where it's really supposed to be happening at, the whole alien invasion thing. If you want to talk about that, we're gonna have our own problems too, because everything's parallels, and it may not be, LA may not be parallel with us, but we are definitely parallel with it, even if it is through a sign, through a wave, through a trajectory. We still on a parallel somewhere. I feel like, if not for the earth itself, the rock, the bedrock that we on. So yeah, man. So like, like I was just thinking, I'm just wondering, I'm just asking, like, where, like, when these people start transforming into Titans, and they're gonna be like, in the clouds and shit, the fuck are we gonna do? So that's just where my power level is, I guess, right now. My power level is just being, population. But there's different types of fights, there's different types of battles out there. There's gonna be battles in the sky, there's gonna be battles on the ground. It's gonna be battle in different dimensions and shit like that. It's gonna be battles in like in the lower realms too, probably to a lesser extent. There's gonna be fighting there. It's gonna be fighting everywhere. We already in it, and unfortunately, the only people that don't stick up and stand for themselves is just the ones who just would rather look away, turn away, and just choose to ignore, the light overall, the light aspect overall. Because when it comes down to the light aspect, the light, whether you are good, bad, whatever, you still have a light around you. And whether you're good, bad, or whatever, you still have a light around you. So, and we're now at the point where we're seeing auras yet, but we should be starting to see auras pretty soon again, finally. I don't know, but a lot of people have lost that ability where we're CVE, we're seeing different things. Like we're seeing like the Borealis and like the Northern Lights. These magnetic energies, electromagnetic energies, radiating off people, even though we are still like able to like switch on and switch off frequency vibes where we're like interacting, we're socializing still, which for socializing is scary. It's a scary topic because you actually have to make yourself vulnerable. It's dealing with water, things like that. It's dealing with dark, murky water, Neptune energy, which is just becoming more, I want to say wider, broader, wider. So yeah, so this is my lesson for today. It's my third lesson. I was gonna I was not gonna talk about Pluto, but since I already kind of talked about Pluto, um, the left leg of Pluto. Oh no, the left leg of Pluto, which is it's more marketing. The right leg of Pluto is more like asking. It's more AR, asking and receiving. Like Cash App, things like that, on time. So yeah. So I guess I'm pretty done with my video. Maybe next time, maybe on the other video, I'll talk about. Maybe my other video, I might do it on different streams. I might come back on here, depending on how I feel. So, so yeah, Pluto. Pluto is in Scorpio right now. It's not important, but how it relates to your body, your right hand, your left hand, what your hands means. I'm going. Your left leg, your right leg, what your legs means. How you see yourself, your third eye, things like that. So I'm gonna end the stream. Not only your third eye, I meant to say your third house. Your third house. All right. So pay attention to your third house, and maybe it'll tell you just how your body is supposed to be. Maybe it'll tell you how to get rid of this beta magic that is imprisoning you, making you slow, making you sluggish. To start your 10th house, to start your 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn, which is like your careers and your outside surroundings and things like that nature. Because life goes on. Life is definitely gonna go on, and we're just in the middle of a crazy, tumultuous time where we got banks dealing underhandedly with each other, kind of like the old days. But I digress. This video, and I'll see you again.